Ladies and gentlemen, happy Easter!
Woo! Resuscito!
This is the season of seasons, y'all.
Jesus Christ has risen today.
You think Advent is great? Well, we do too. But this is better. You think Lent is great? We do too. But this is better.
This is, as they
You
say,
think
one
ordinary
louder.
time is great?
This is beyond
And it is
ordinary.
But this is better. Because, let me just put it bluntly.
Go ahead, please.
Jesus Christ, the second person of the most holy Trinity, God incarnate. Out of love for you and me, God became man. And then we killed him. And then he suffered. He died. And then you'd think that would be the end of the story, that we lost because we killed him. But then he rose from the dead, y'all.
Y'all.
That Easter Sunday morning, they came to the tomb and they found it empty because Jesus Christ rose from the dead. And because he rose from the dead, death has been conquered. What do you think of that, people? Isn't that amazing? It's amazing.
That's pretty much the summary right there.
There it is.
End of show right there.
It's just, it's amazing.
Was this show about the resurrection, about Easter Sunday?
This is what we're doing. I mean, this is what we do. John Paul II, we said we are an Easter people, and Alleluia is our song.
Ooh.
Right? This is who we are. It defines us who we are as Christians. The resurrection.
That's right. That what was it? Last year or the year before? Whenever we were doing this, we talked about Mary Magdalene and the Easter egg. Like, eggs don't come from bunnies, but they come from Mary Magdalene, who goes and proclaims the message to Pontius Pilate that Jesus Christ is risen from the dead.
Yep.
And he says, so much is that true as this egg is red, and he peels it, and the egg. That's why Mary Magdalene is always pictured with a red egg. And this is the story.
This is it.
This is our salvation.
So for those, you run into people sometimes who I really like Jesus. I respect Jesus because of his teachings. Okay, I'm down. I'm totally down with that. Right, the Beatitudes. Read Matthew 5, 6, and 7.
Love your enemy. Pray for those who persecute you.
I mean, you're gonna get some teaching. Read Matthew 25.
There's 3 letters that go in there, and all that.
But if you the idea that Jesus is sort of just like a moral leader or a teacher, there's a lot of moral leaders and a lot of teachers that we ought to respect. I mean, modern day, Pope Francis, maybe your local priest, maybe your mom or dad, maybe a teacher that you've had, all who are worthy of respect because they are really good teachers. Even from other traditions, Gandhi deserves our respect, right? As a moral leader, as a teacher. There's a lot throughout in the history of the world, but none of them rose from the dead.
No, how much I love Ronald Reagan. He did not rise from the dead.
Correct.
The Dutch.
Do you really like Ronald Reagan a lot?
Did
you just compare Ronald Reagan to Jesus?
No, I compared him to Gandhi.
Okay. So the fact that Jesus rose from the dead, that he died, first of all, that he took the weight of sin of the world on his shoulders and died. But then he rose from the dead. And that's what we're celebrating on Easter. So, yeah, get together with your family. Fine. Yeah, have a massive, big Easter egg hunt. Fine. Eat the ears off of that chocolate bunny. Fine. But when it all comes down to it, you guys, Jesus rose from the dead.
Preach it.
He was dead, and then he wasn't.
He was dead.
So it wasn't like
he
was sleeping. Like, oh, Jesus, he was sleeping, and then he woke up. No, I've done that. I do it every day, sometimes twice a day. But he rose from the dead. So anyway, that is what Easter is all about. And in fact, the whole Easter season, and that's the beautiful thing. And I think this is one of the best things about being Catholic, right? Easter is not, I think we say this every year, but Easter is not just a day, right? It's a season.
Right.
For 50 days, we're going to be celebrating Easter. That's going to be like into June.
Wow.
That's how seriously we take the resurrection. How long is Advent? 4 weeks. How long is Lent? 6 weeks. How long is the Easter season? 7 weeks.
Whoa.
Take that, Lent and Advent.
It's like Lent and Advent, but this season goes to...
It's got turned up.
This season goes to 7, not 11. It goes to 7. Yeah, that's the message that we just have to keep proclaiming. You know, I love in the Byzantine church, that greeting, you say, Christ is risen. Christ is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great greeting to have with another person. Christ is risen. Indeed, he has risen.
Yep.
Christos voskres, alitos voskres.
So the other cool thing about Easter, and we're recording this before Easter.
Whoa! Let me guess.
We should say that.
Jesus got rid of all Jewish dietary laws so I can eat pork.
Yes.
Okay. Whoa.
Yes.
Let's see. I don't have to. I don't have to fast. Keep the fast.
Not during the Easter season.
Woohoo! Okay.
No.
So.
Whatever you've given up for Lent,
you're gonna
give up swearing. I cannot wait for Easter Sunday. I'm gonna profanity-laced tirade. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Easter. I didn't give up swearing for Lent.
You said during the Easter season you start washing my car every week.
Yeah. No.
No, that's not. Hey, do you go back on your promises?
Truck is nasty and dirty. Just leave it. Keep leaving it outside and hope it rains.
That's why I don't park it in the garage. Okay, what else is awesome about Easter?
Here's the best thing about I think, especially in the life of a parish, and that is new Catholics.
Ooh.
So let's back it up. So all the time, this happens at your place, this happens at my place, all the time, regularly, people come to us and express an interest in learning more about the Catholic Church.
Correct.
Sometimes they're already Catholic. Maybe they were baptized as a Catholic, but we're not well catechized. We're not really raised in the faith, and they're missing out on some of the sacraments, confirmation or Holy Communion, confession. We'd take those people who are already Catholic, but we kind of plug them in. We try to help them to know who Jesus is and his role in their life. And then there's also people who come to us who are already baptized, but they were raised in some other Christian tradition. Maybe they were Presbyterian or Methodist or evangelical or,
Baptist non-dom.
Yeah. And then there's other people who were not raised in any faith.
Unbaptized.
Or are unbaptized. Or maybe even coming from a tradition whose baptisms we would say are not
really baptisms.
Valid. They're not real baptisms. So you put all these people kind of together into what we call, generally speaking, RCIA, the Rite of Christian Initiation of Adults. You've narrowed it down even, you used to call it Catholicism 101.
Exactly. We're on a college campus. It makes it easy.
Yeah. So, and we actually kind of even not dumbed it down, but like we just call it Christian initiation.
Oh,
RCIA, when you start getting into acronyms and stuff, it's like kind of insider language. And
exactly.
We're trying to not do that. So then the other thing is sometimes, like in our case, you have all college students, but we have like kids, like second graders who have never been baptized. What do you do with them? Do you just lump them in with all the adults? No. The kids need a kind of a different. So we have this track that we call Inspired, which are kids who are seeking to become Catholic. So you put all that together, and all of that kind of comes to fruition during the Easter season, when those individuals become Catholic.
Yay! There's much rejoicing.
And it's so cool. So some are baptized. Others who are already baptized are given the sacrament of confirmation. And then all of them are receive Holy Communion. How great is that?
That's pretty.
Okay, so tell us about maybe some of you got some people who are becoming Catholic. What is it like on the college campus? Who are these people?
These kids are it's majority guys.
Really?
Yeah,
Why
majority.
is that?
I have no idea.
Is that every year, or that's just
that's
this year?
usually it's majority guys.
Really?
Who are either getting baptized.
What's up with that?
we have 3 guys getting baptized, and as I think back on the last 4 years and a half since I've been here, I don't remember ever baptizing a girl.
What's up with that?
It's been all guys every year.
Someone should write a PhD thesis on that.
It was. So
so they're coming to you from.
They're coming to us from pretty much. Some are having an intellectual conversion. We bring people in throughout the year, so Easter Vigil is not always like.
Yes, we do the same.
Yeah, so some people are more prepared because they're showing up. So, we had a young guy who ended up working at a Catholic evangelization summer camp last summer.
When he wasn't Catholic?
He wasn't Catholic.
Oh, all right.
And he spent all this time around 100 college students who were working all together at this adult YMCA summer camp for families. And they were doing housework and hospitality stuff and working in the local coffee shops at the camp. And then in the evening, focus was running discipleship with them, teaching them Bible studies. And this guy was like, became very, very serious.
Who are you people?
Exactly. And he spent time in prayer before the Blessed Sacrament, the Holy Eucharist, in the tabernacle there at the church in Estes Park, Colorado.
Yeah.
And slowly started having this conversion first to the belief in the Holy Eucharist in bread and wine. Like, this is the body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus Christ. We take him at his word, the word who is truth. And so that was pretty marvelous to watch that go on. And then we have people we have a young man who didn't do anything his whole life. Started dating a Catholic girl, and we have 4 RCIA classes going on right now, and he's in one of our individual.
And that's like just different times. During the week.
Yeah, he meets with Clay Furley, our campus minister, and goes to RCIA classes.
That's very good. I like that you do that. That there's options. I think a lot of times parishes, and maybe it's like lack of resources, but I think also it can be kind of laziness, and that is we meet on Sunday mornings. Then the person says, "Oh, I can't."
Well,
on Sunday mornings, I take care of my sick grandma. Okay, then I'm sorry you can't become a Catholic. It's like, get out of here.
We meet on Thursday nights. Yeah, sorry, that's when I have baseball practice. Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
well, I guess.
Well, then when you stop playing baseball, come back.
Well, and so we have that case. We have people who like grew up in the sports world. They were baptized.
Baseball was their religion.
Yeah, they were baptized Christians in some sort of denomination. Something about like 6,000 denominations, 20,000 in the United States, of which like 5,000 denominations just in the city of Tulsa. That doesn't speak very much of Christian unity. Let them be one as I am in you and you are me. Okay, kick the soapbox out of the way. Okay, so then baseball became his God. Baseball became that thing that he loved more than anything else. And so it went from being baptized at the age of like 6 or 7 to like being involved in his church as a little kid. And then like 8th grade, he started playing baseball. And he got involved maybe his like sophomore year of high school, and then junior and senior year of high school, he played baseball, and he played baseball all summer long. And then he came to college, and he literally had lost his faith. He was kind of on the fringe, and then his girlfriend was like, "Hey, I want you to go to mass with me." And so his girlfriend, she started going to mass with him, and then he's like, "I really love this. I want to become
that
Catholic."
Invitation, yeah, that's key.
Just that subtle invitation into the faith, and now he's going to receive the sacraments at the Easter Vigil. No, after the Easter Vigil.
Now, is he just doing? I don't know this guy. Is he's just doing it to impress his girlfriend?
I don't think so.
Because we would discourage that.
Yes.
Like when people come to us for marriage preparation, a Catholic who's marrying a non-Catholic, and there's always that question of like, do I have to become Catholic?
I had an atheist. Well,
And we're like, no. I mean, and don't become Catholic to like impress your fiance.
I think a guy one year in my campus ministry, I won't say where this was or in my last 10 years of being a priest, I think he became Catholic because he met a girl, he came to Mass with her, and he thought in the back of his mind, if I become Catholic and get baptized, she'll date me.
Oh,
So he went through the whole RCA process, and then the girl said, no, I really just want to be friends with you. And then I had not seen the guy since.
Oh.
After, basically 6 weeks after his baptism, I was like, where'd this guy go? So I called him up, and the Flaco straight ghosted me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got to do it. Yeah, doing it for the right reasons.
So and then we've also had people who have basically studied their way in. They ask this question, and this is okay. I understand the 1500s Protestantism, but what occurred the 1500 years prior to that?
Yep.
And in their that little subtle movement of what was the church like in the 3rd through 7th century, that woke them up and started asking questions and started actually going in and reading. Like, you can read Maximus the Confessor, Ignatius of Antioch from 110. You can go back and start reading all these things, or go back to a podcast called The Church Fathers.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole variety of people there who, grew up not knowing they were. This one young man I was going to make mention of, he found out 3 weeks ago. He called his parents and said, Mom, Dad, I need my baptismal document. And they're like, okay, why? And he says, I'm becoming Catholic. And they said, you were baptized Catholic.
Get out.
And then he's like, wait, what? So we were planning on figuring out what his baptismal, because he wasn't really raised with anything. And then all of a sudden he gets his baptismal sacrament. It's like, St. Jerome's Catholic Church, Nacogdoches, Texas, or something like that. Waxahachie or something like that.
Wow. That's hilarious.
How about them apples?
That's great.
Tell us about some of the people.
We've had people over the course of the last year, who have come at different times. So in our group, we have kind of men, women, and children. It'll be about 30 people. And then we have a few people who are maybe just started, and so are not. We would say they're in RCIA, they're in Christian initiation, but are not quite ready to be. We have some other people who are working through the annulment process, meaning they have a marriage. It's we would call. I mean, it's not a very nice way to say it, but an irregular marriage. They were married, and now they're married to somebody else. And so we have to do something with that first marriage. So we go through the annulment process and all that. So you can look it up. But anyway, what I think is really cool in the parish setting is we have whole families that are becoming Catholic. So I'll give you one. We have one family, the Rubies, Steve and Lacey Ruby, and their 2 kids. At the Easter Vigil, all 4 of them will become Catholic. Now, Steve and Lacey were baptized, have already been baptized, and their daughter has been baptized, but their son, who's in 2nd grade, has not been baptized. So he'll be baptized, and then all 4 of them receive Holy Communion, and they'll all be confirmed.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? It's so great. So we have another family that's like that. We have an OSU professor. We have a guy who's from Korea, who is, and it kind of similar to yours. Is he's dating a really devout Catholic, and so for him that was the introduction, through her, he was introduced to the Catholic Church, and now is going, is in RCIA. There's just some amazing stories. It just is really kind of fun to just walk through it and look at the whole list, and then as priests, these are people that we've come to know over the course of the year, and And so you hear their stories, you answer their questions, and so you become kind of pretty close. When at the Easter Vigil, which by the time this episode is airing has already happened, but when we're recording it, it hasn't happened. It's moving. Like, these are people I know. These are not just, okay, anyone who wants to be baptized, come forward. These are people we've built a relationship
and
with.
the stories of their conversion.
And I think too, if in many cases a lot of hardship. Because I know you have it and I have it a little bit. People who are becoming Catholic, but like their families don't want them to.
Right.
And that's tough. And I admire the heck out of people, who will do that sort of despite social pressures to not. They're doing it. They're doing it. And that's what we need. Gosh, man, we need more of that. We need more people who are that courageous.
Yeah, so on one occasion, it's not this year, I had a student who had become basically Catholic in secret because the country he was going home to, Christianity was illegal there.
Oh.
Uh-huh. He became Catholic.
Secret Catholic.
In secret. Because also his
parents... So is that still? I mean, he's still...
His parents would have disowned him if they'd found out.
Do they know now?
I don't think so.
Oh. He went home?
I don't know. I've never seen... I haven't seen him since.
Oh.
But yeah, he graduated from college and then left the state of Oklahoma.
Is that weird on your part? Like, so you're in the college... Like, for my people, like, I... bring them into the church, give them the sacraments, and then I'm going to see them for years. What's that on your side? Is that weird?
It's the same thing with weddings. It's the same thing with graduation of high school, of college students. There's that line that says, Paul plants, Apollos waters, and God gives the growth.
Yeah.
And we're like, Paul, we're planting.
And then, you're kind of, I mean, in your case, so you hope they stick with it. And we've given them a good foundation to do that. But then that they're going to go back where they're from or to some other place and hopefully be kind of leaven, a source of
well, we hope also that the parishes welcome them in. Because we have these people that show up and they're expecting life to be like it was at the College Student Center, where students are welcoming and there's lots of events going on and it's fun and masses at at 9 o'clock.
Energetic priest.
Yeah, there's all sorts of like good stuff going on. And then they call me up and they're like, yeah, Father, I'm trying to find a parish that is actually welcoming. I'm like, oh.
Okay, so what do you do? What do you tell them in that situation? I mean, if it's not, their parish is kind of a dud. Or
I say go in and meet the priest. And tell them that my priest from college sent me.
Priest from college thinks you stink.
No, just go in and say, hey, my priest from college wanted me to meet you. And just go in and do that. But it is,
I like the idea of going into a parish. I remember I was talking to Taylor and Brett. Taylor, who's on your staff, Taylor Akins and Brett. And they went to their parish in California and just said, hey, like, we're Taylor and Brett. Like, how can we help?
And the priest was like, huh?
And the priest was like, oh, all right. And now they're teaching confirmation. But it's that, I think that what we want is, as new Catholics, we don't want to put too much pressure to like, okay, oh, great, you're Catholic now? Excellent. Now you'll be teaching, the first communion class. Like, you want them to be able to, get kind of be swimming in it for a while. Before we sort of make all these expectations on them. But anyway, it's just so cool. It's just such a blessed
I don't get to see them afterwards. Some of them I do. Some of them they
stick around.
Well, they become Catholic their sophomore, junior year of college.
Yeah.
And then they get involved in the life of the parish their junior and senior year, and maybe they stay around from grad school. And so it's really cool to see that. And then the other ones, you fly away, little birdie.
You pray.
Fly
I hope they're
away.
okay. I hope they're okay.
And some of them call up and just say, hey, I want to let you know I'm involved in my parish here.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's what you want. yeah, just what a time of year. What a time of year.
It's the most.
So then we have the Easter Vigil. So at the Easter Vigil, which is sort of the mother of all liturgy. We have somebody, this is funny. There's a guy who is very interested in Catholicism, and his wife not so much.
Uh-huh.
And he asked me, "Hey, would that be a good, like my wife's never been to Mass. Would that be a good one to come to?" And I was like, I would not.
The Easter Vigil?
Yeah.
Should be asleep.
I would not have that be like your first.
The readings of the story of salvation. How many readings y'all doing for the Vigil?
We're doing the 3.
Oh, I think we're doing 5.
Yeah. I always want to
because we have 15 people and you have 30.
Yeah. It's going to be long. I mean, the Easter Vigil is going to be 2.5 hours.
Okay, so we have a common person becoming in our lives that is becoming Catholic.
Cool.
That family. I met this guy out in front of St. Francis, and he used to just sit and park in his.
Oh yeah. So they're actually not even in that group.
They're not in that group.
No, because they came to us just within the last 2 months.
Yeah, just the beauty. Like I stopped. I was out on a walk.
That'll probably be over the summer.
That I want to be there. And just during COVID quarantine, I was out walking, and I just ran into this guy who was just sitting in his truck, looking out the front windshield of St. Francis.
Yep.
And I said, "What are you doing?" Well, he approached me, and we talked, and he told me some of his medical needs, and we prayed together, and I prayed over him, and then he went on his way, and I asked him again another time, "Why do you park here?" And he says, "I just love to stare at this beautiful church because it lifts my mind up to heaven."
Yeah.
I like to spend time in prayer right here. And I said, you can go in. And then come to find out, he was raised Catholic, but when he came to college, that was sort of the end of it. And now he's got kids, and he's married, and they're bringing it back.
Probably this summer.
Woohoo!
We'll work on that. Yeah, we're working on it. So there's always, that's the beauty of it. So if you're listening to this and you're maybe not Catholic, but you don't just come. Come or call us or email us or tweet.
Find us on social media,
tweet at us.
Tweet at us.
And let's get it going. And maybe you have and just because you meet with us or call us, that doesn't mean you're automatically becoming Catholic the next day.
Oh,
right?
wait, what?
Let's just dialogue. Let's just, you may have a few questions. We can talk. We can if you like books, we'll load you up with some good books. If you like podcasts, we'll load you up with some good podcasts where you can learn about what it is that you want to learn about.
If you like penance, you can hang out with us because that's actually an act of mortification.
We'll even have you post-COVID. We'll have you over to our house.
What?
For dinner.
I love that.
I can't wait till that to happen.
Yes.
I'm so sick of it. Our house is huge. I mean, our downstairs especially. We built it to entertain, to have a bunch of people over, and then we can't have people over.
I know. I was looking forward to having my RCA class over for dinner on the patio.
I want to do that.
Oh, I don't know. But
soon.
I also love spending time with those people who become Catholic, and then we get together for a meal. Because remember, in the Acts of the Apostles, it's the teaching of the apostles. That's the communal life.
Acts 2:42.
What are it's the breaking of the bread, the Eucharist, the communal life, the teaching of the apostles, and I think there's only 3 of them.
Yeah,
there's only 3, and it's that communul life we like to do. Is
sharing our lives together.
Everybody in to share lives together.
All right. Well, happy Easter. He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Oh, there it is.
Booyah.
Okay, so we'll see you at Mass. Holler if you need something. We love you. And I think next week we're going to talk about the devil.
Ooh.
Don't quote me on that. But anyway, we'll see you later.
Peace.